in me, I replied back. Been feeling you since way back, since like high school. But I didn't think you were the one for me. Right now you got me feeling like you're all I need. I see you all in my sleep, you got me falling so deep. Real love is what it's gonna be, forever got your back, baby, yeah, that's on me. Let's run this dynasty, king and queen tag team. I see matching rollies, whipping matching Bentleys. You got me falling in love. You got me falling in love. You got me falling in love.
Alright, y'all, tuned in for another episode of Baked Out Radio Show. I'm your host, Andres, and I have in the building with us, and for everybody out there listening, you'll be able to see the interview a little bit later, but Miss LaTrisha Jones, who is an entrepreneur. She comes from the world of fitness and, I guess, medical, because you're RN as well, right?
Yes, correct.
So you get to blend the both two worlds together.
Right.
She started a company. She's the owner and founder of Healthy Living 360 LLC, which you provide weight loss management. You're a Zumba instructor, personal trainer, dance instructor. Is there anything that I left off?
Well, I'm a nutritionist specialist. I'm a health coach.
Okay, so a lot of those different services all rolled into one, and then they're adjacent to one another, or sometimes I think they have overlapping qualities about them. So, Ms. Jones, let everybody know, what got you into into your fields, but then also you took it a step further. You decided to become your own boss and pursue entrepreneurship.
Correct. So I've been in nursing now for probably 11 and a half years.
Okay.
I started out as an LPN first, and then 4 years later I became an RN. But what led me to there, first of all, I've been a caretaker of my mom since I was old enough to do it, because my mom have a history of health, like seizures and things like that. So I've always done that part. From the military, I didn't want to go too far because I wanted to stay close by my mom. So because I was already in that field and my heart was already there, I chose nursing because I felt like that will fit my life better and I would be happier. So I've worked in multiple settings as far as nursing home, private care, hospitals, and with me moving on, getting my RN is when things started to be very clear when I got in the hospital, and I saw that there was a disconnect with health, with healing and sickness.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is I wanted to help people heal, and I felt like we wasn't doing that to an extent. So I wanted to make the connections, and I was getting to the point where I wasn't happy a lot because you can only be there for so long and you got to leave the people. So I was kind of felt like I was being too connected, taking it home with me. But anyway, I started branching out, researching what I can do with me being in the medical field, like what else I can do with RN title. And I want to say I started in hospital in 2012. Maybe 2013, 2014, I ran up on the only nurse entrepreneur organization, which is called National Nurses of Business Association. That is where my eyes were open, because I went to my first conference in New Orleans that very summer, like when I found out about it. Now, how I ran up on it, I don't know. Just researching, because I wanted to do more. That's when I was surrounded by so many nurses, LPNs, RNs, and I didn't know that we could do so much with just the title. I didn't know the title was that powerful. So I came back and I was on go. I was in go mode. So that's when I found out about Zumba, because that fits me. I love to have fun. I love to dance. I feel like that will help branch people over. If I can get them in front of me doing something fun, then I have them in front of me where I can talk more about health and changing the lifestyle. And I wanted to make that connection, because the disconnect that I came to a conclusion on was education. People were not educated. They were just told about how to take medicine to cover up symptoms. And I wanted to teach them on how to heal things if we can. And a lot of things we can. And my main focus is on combating obesity, managing our weight for prevention and reversal of type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure.
I have these conversations with people all the time. I tell them, like, with type 2 diabetes or diabetes in general, I'm going to get to the disease that's been passed along, but if you're going to look at the history, I'm like, it wasn't there.
Right.
So we developed something, and through our actions of, poor nutrition and diet and just accepting what we're taught and not challenging, those type of activities or, the just type of thinking or whatever. Like, eating soul food is fine, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, it's killing you.
Right, you don't want to do that all the time. You don't want that to be your everyday.
Yeah, and I understand, like, resources and turning, making lemonades out of lemons. But at the same time, once we're educated, once we put ourselves into a position where we can go out and do better, we should go out and do better.
Exactly.
And we shouldn't be like, oh, that's eating right, or, just labeling it. Like, I eat kale and stuff.
Right.
And I would say probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I didn't even know what kale was. So,
exactly,
introducing yourself to all these other greens that you can eat besides just collard and turnips.
Don't feel bad. I didn't know what spinach was for a long time. I just remember watching the show Popeyes. That's what I, contribute to spinach too.
Now, it's one of those things that I consume, and I'll consume it like in its raw form, I'll juice it, whatever the case may be. But it's just amazing, though, the disconnect, like you said, that's out there. And I can imagine, I talked to a few nurses, and just like observing how y'all interact with patients, the care that y'all put, but then it seems like y'all put into a box.
Right.
And you don't get like a whole lot of freedom. And then anytime you do something that is more of a preventative type, or really trying to get a patient like to a healing type status, it can be seen as like, overstepping boundaries or whatever. And I'm like, it's crazy how the whole system is just set up.
Exactly. And you're right. That's exactly what it is. The system is set up in a way it's business.
Yeah.
Medicine is business. It can't sugarcoat it. It is what it is. And if you don't have anyone sick where you can write prescriptions, then what good are doctors for? What good are pharmaceuticals for? We don't need any medicines.
So,
it's like, can't heal everything, because then there's no need for me. So, but I am proud of where I am with my business. I am going on 5 years this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. This year will be 5 years for me with Healthy Living 360, and I think the name fit perfectly because of what all entails within Healthy Living 360. And people always ask me, well, what does the 360 mean? And I always explain to them that when you're talking about being healthy from the inside out, you can't focus on this one thing and forget that. You have to take care of the body as a whole. So the healthy living is the healthy living, meaning creating a healthy lifestyle. That doesn't mean you got to live in a box. You can't do this. You can't veer, over here. But you don't want to do that all the time.
Exactly.
Like you want to have a strong immune system. You want to create a strong heart. You want to exercise so you can be strong. So when things happen in life, your body is better able to bounce back and handle things, versus you've never done anything. And you see these things once something happens, like little accidents happen. That's when people kind of go downhill, when they think that because I can get up every day and go, because the outer shell looks good, I'm okay. I'll do it tomorrow. And then when something happens in life, you realize, no, you should have done it back then, because you're not as healthy as you think. So that's why I always tell people, do it now while you have the choice to do it and take care of yourself. Don't wait for someone to tell you, or for the doctors to write a prescription for you to do it. Because then you're probably on that downhill slope when they have to write a prescription for it.
Exactly.
So I always like to, if I can, help people prevent things. But if not, okay. It's not the end of the world. We can always start where we are and reverse things.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to take a break real quick. We're going to get into some music for y'all. When we get back, we're going to dive deep into your company, Healthy Living 360. I have a lot of business questions. So if anybody out there, if y'all want to If you want to ask questions, you can dial in 917-889-8041. But this is Billy Slum with Champagne.
You got me falling in love. 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 Falling in love. You got me falling in love. Independent misses, focus flipping figures through the towel and on the heads. No, don't need no. Just paint a pretty picture. Swore I wouldn't go there. I swear my heart don't play fair. But you came and changed that. DM me, I replied back. Been feeling you since way back, since like high school. But I didn't think you were the one for me. Right now you got me feeling like you're all I need. In my sleep, you got me falling so deep. Real love is what it's gonna be. Forever got your back, baby. Yeah, that's on me. Let's run this dynasty. King and queen tag team. I see matching rollies, whipping matching Bentleys. You got me falling in love. 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 Falling in love. You got me falling in love. You got me falling in love. You got me falling in love. Falling in love. You got me falling in love. You put butterflies in the air, make my skies blue. There's a real